cheap solar power, batteries, and electric vehicles are changing the transport and energy sector as we know. I bring in guests to this podcast who will help you with their ideas to navigate this energy transition. Thank you for joining. Hi, Daisy. Good afternoon from Manila.
Good afternoon to you. It's actually good evening in Vancouver.
Yes, you're on the other side of the world. I know that you've been doing a lot of exciting things. And maybe you can do a quick introduction and see what can we learn from you today.
Oh, okay, sounds good. Oh, my name is Daisy. Hi, everybody. And thank you for having me joining your podcast today. I am from Foreseen Energy, and we are located in actually Richmond, British Columbia in Canada as well. We are a company that's clean tech, and we're considered as EPC company. EPC meaning engineer, procurement, constructions, end-to-end company. And Foreseen Energy, we're 100% minority female owned as well.
Wow.
Yes, it is. And we're very excited to be in tackling the North American space right now. We know that our company is got a lot of expertise in clean tech sector and specifically in electrification of fleet, commercialization fleet. We do from small model to medium to heavy models, such as like mining trucks, heavy duty with like very high tonnage, self-driving. We did a study in a mining site as well for medium to heavy duty electrification of fleet. And we did some calculations of how much saving, of energy saving, as well as the unmanned driving truck that have precision of parking, precision of driving, and precision of the grid. We map out entire grid and it's integrated as well, and save a lot of energy, as well as it has a safety factor as well. So there are some dangerous sites that with the manpower going in is quite dangerous going into the mining site. But now with the unmanned driving, there's really no downtime because our electrification has gone, I guess it's so advanced now that it's like a little robot going underneath a platformation of car or truck, and they just swap out the battery and then they come out and it's like less than 5 minutes and they're up and running again. That's our main kind of engineering solution end to end, and the possibility is there. We also do a lot of people say that with the battery charging for the EV batteries right now, that we do also recycle the EV battery that is no longer in full capacity or full potential. We actually repurpose the battery into a BESS system, which is the battery energy storage system as well. And they have a longer shelf life as well as pulling energy when it's a low consumption rate time, and then giving that energy into either commercial, residential area, and then pretty much for when it's low usage timing, then that's when we actually draw power, or you can actually store the power using solar panels.
So you are doing on the battery side, first life battery to second life battery, which is home use.
Yes,
Also,
commercials too.
and you're saying you're a EPC company. So are these trucks that you make, or you are procuring them and you're just setting up the system for the whole project to deliver its benefits and outcomes?
It's a retrofit. It's meaning that you have already a truck that is, for example, it's already on the road for 8 years and it's ready. A lot of maintenance happening because it's using either diesel or using fuel. So we retrofit the entire system. It's called the retrofit EDS. Yes, e-drive system, pretty much. So e-drive system consists of 3-in-1 integration. One is engine, the other one's motor, battery, and then also the inverter. So 3-in-1 to electrify the entire system. So it's like you don't really have to scrap any of the material or metal or anything, but we consider to retrofit. The shell stay exactly the same, the form fit stay exactly the same. We just take the guts out, give you an e-drive system, and voila, you have a new vehicle. And it's running on electric.
Where have you been? I've been looking for someone like that for a long time.
A lot of people just do engineering solutions, but we do end to end. So meaning not just engineering solution, but we also design for manufacturing. And so we provide a product and as well as the maintenance and also the training and implementation.
You are starting with a very large trucks in the mining fleet. And how small has been your small size?
Small size, like a postal courier trucks for those, it's like those vans or a small F-150 Lightning trucks. Very similar to that. Utility vehicles. We do also farming vehicles as well. So the farming industry is time to revamp as well. It's like vertical farming, but now you have a different revamp for the vehicle as utility trucks, tractors, tractor towing capability. When you start big, you already know your capability. So it can go really small as well. So if you start small, it's hard to go big. But when you go big, it's easier to go small because you already have that capability.
And the numbers must be amazing. You will be saving, what, 80% of operation cost or 90% of operation cost, right?
Yeah, overall, for the calculation, just because the investment, it depends on how you calculate. So it's definitely 60 to 70% saving
You know what I'm
for
saying?
sure.
Side by side, fuel cost.
Oh,
versus
yeah, of
fuel
course.
cost.
No,
That's what
yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's
should
right.
be 80 to
Yeah.
90% because you don't have to do all these engine oil filters and fan belts and God knows what they do. Right?
Exactly. Yeah. And the advancement of battery now, it's from, I guess, from lithium to solid state, and they're now inventing sodium. So it can be charging so much faster. Within 5 to 10 minutes, you can have a fully charged
But
vehicle.
sodium maybe not for vehicles yet, no?
Not yet, but it is up and coming, and there are technology out there right now.
Yeah, maybe for your large commercial trucks doesn't matter because it's so heavy on its own anyway. Few kilogram of extra battery weight doesn't matter, but yes.
Yeah. So it doesn't take a
So,
long time to charge. You just swap it out. The
so
platformation chassis to make sure you evenly spread it out, to make sure it's the most optimized feature. And that's where you use all the real estate in big vehicles like that as well.
and then you said at the beginning it's a minority women-led company.
Yes, 100%.
How big is the team? I'm quite intrigued.
The management team ourselves is considered as about 10 people for the management team. But the engineers, we have approximately like, it depends on which divisions as well. We have
Yeah.
different divisions as well. But overall, we have quite a big team, over 100 engineers working on this.
Wow. What's the story? How did it start? I'm so curious, right?
The story about Foreseen Energy is play on word, as you can see, foreseen and then energy. And then we use we use the EN at the end to combine with energy as well. So by looking into future, how we started is many of engineers already have the background in electrification of EDS. So from fleet commercialization for fleet electrification. So they have a lot of backgrounds overseas from the background, and a bunch of engineers get together knowing that we've already done this before and we have a track record of doing this. Let's tackle the North America market to see where it will go. There are a lot of companies in North America, but they're very silos. Everybody's doing something over here, but they're not really together moving forward. When people say decarbonization, net zero, we talk to a lot of people. They're doing their little thing, little thing. But if we really want to move forward, you need to have a united force together to really join forces together, to have shared services, to have shared visions, and together you can go a lot further.
Otherwise, it's just all talk, right?
Yeah, so we're more a action company. You give us a spec. Within 2 weeks, we come back with the solutioning as well as the timeline and what we've done before and what is our capability and expertise that provide a solution.
So, how many cars or trucks have you converted? Must be quite significant number so far, no?
Oh, we have. However, in North America, we have not converted. Actually, let me think. We in North America more of the recycling program for the BESS system, but a lot of in Europe, in Asia Pacific, we've done a few already.
Okay, so you have
Quite a bit.
presence in Asia Pacific as well.
Yes, yes,
Oh,
yes. It started in Asia Pacific,
which
mostly in
country?
Shanghai. China.
Okay. Because here in the Philippines, the government had a huge program. I don't know whether you have been to this part of Asia. So they have something called a jeepney, like a Second World War jeeps. They extended, made it like a
Yes.
long van, 18-seater. And there are about, I think, 65,000 of them. The government did a big program to replace them. And then, of course, a lot of people argue, which I also, as a foreigner, even tend to agree. This is a cultural icon. I don't want to replace that with a box because people
Yes.
paint and draw things. So I always personally believed, and I still do, that only solution is battery swap, retrofit. But I have talked to so many people. Everybody said, no, electric cars are so cheap. Just chuck it and get a brand new. I said, what am I going to do with this 40,000 that's already there, right?
Yes. And also the metal as well. And everybody talks about reuse, recycle. This is the way to do it. If we can do commercial fleet electrification, then it will make sense because you don't want to scrap the entire, yeah, as you say, it's an icon for you guys. So if we can retrofit it and just changing the gut and you have a brand new vehicle to drive for another, what, 8 to 10 years until, yeah, so why not? Yes.
Even in Kyrgyz Republic, I think that's when I met one of the Canadian company who was doing it. I can remember, it's about 5 years back. The idea
Right.
was in Kyrgyz Republic, they get a lot of Mercedes and others coming from Europe. These are 16 to 18 years old.
Yes.
And the pollution is a big problem because the cars are so cheap. So I was talking to someone very senior, I think the Minister for Finance, that as Europe is banning that by 2030, no more selling of these cars will be coming to your country as a dumping ground. One option would be to create an industry whereby you convert them electric and send it back to Europe because the labor is
Oh,
cheap.
yes, you're right. Yes,
So
labor is cheap.
I looked at that part. I used to work for the Asian Development Bank. I wanted to do a pilot, but I needed a credible partner who has
Hmm.
done it, but I could not find at that time a credible partner.
You need to look for us a lot earlier than that. We were already there creating this. So,
Now, if you
yeah,
guys are
we're
interested
partnering
here,
up.
I can connect to people. There's a tremendous opportunity for someone coming in and say, hey, we can do it. A lot of people are arguing, saying, this needs to be done, that this might work. Yesterday, when I was at a conference with some of my former EDB colleagues saying, oh, no, what about safety? I said, listen, everything can be fixed, right?
Yes. It's
Uh,
all about certification, testing, form fit, as well as making sure that obviously safety is very important. So testing, passing the safety regulations. Every single country has different safety regulations as well, but a lot of imports, you can see, even in North America, we have a lot of imports from Japan, like little utility pickup trucks that you've never seen, don't even know what brand names they are, and they're driving on the right-hand side instead. So you can see they probably, I think, 20 years old, those car coming in, and that's what they import. And I think it's doable and it is the way to do it. And we do believe in our engineering solutions and making sure they're passing all the tests and retrofit.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
So what other challenging projects are you doing? Have you done any mining big things in Australia and other places?
Oh, no, not yet. We would love to go to Australia if we can. It's just because it's so silos for everybody is working on their own thing, just to prove yourself to say, hey, we've done it overseas, we've done it in Europe, we've done it in China, we've done microgrid. We just really want to prove ourselves with the capabilities as well. It's not one company that has it all and we're end to end. So we want to make a mark in North America. And what other projects we want to do is we really want to help the rural communities,
Hmm?
which means that a lot of pulling of the line from, for example, we're in BC. BC Hydro is our government utility company. And for pulling a line, it costs a lot for rural communities. And we want to have a solar panel. We want to repurpose these battery into the BESS system so then they can have power. And some rural communities, they don't need much and they're small groups and we want to provide power for these people. And more than we do it, then we can actually create a microgrid system. So then it's actually smart with a cloud kind of controller to monitor pull and push power and on-demand power as well.
Yeah, because the batteries are so cheap now, it doesn't, and solar is, of course, unbelievably cheap. So it doesn't make sense to run a dingy transmission distribution line hundreds of kilometers.
It's very
So,
expensive. Yeah, very
and
costly.
in Western Australia, Horizon Power, one of the utilities, they
Mhm.
started pulling out this distribution cable, I think, more than 5 years back. Great.
Yes, yeah. Mini grid is the way to go, and it makes sense for them. Yeah.
Wow. What other exciting things you guys are doing?
We're trying to partner up with the Indigenous Nation, First Nation
Mhm,
group, to see if we can do a call for power project for BC Hydro as well. So when we
mhm.
partner up together, the call for power project is together that, in some areas that you can have a line pull and then provide clean tech and sell the power back to the grid as well, because there's a lot of usage for grid power. They want power in BC. And not only that, but California as well. They really need a lot of power to power up, and there's just not enough power plant for them. So why not using solar and have a power plant and pull that line back and sell the power back into the grid? Another good project is electrification of port as well. So all the Vancouver port or Fraser port, all those ports, they talked about decarbonization and initiatives for zero carbon initiatives. So a lot of these utility vehicle, big vehicle, tow vehicle, even boat, even tugboat.
Oh,
Yes, and they have a lot of torque, right? Tugboat is another horizon of a project that is right above our alley as well, to make sure that we can retrofit. You don't have to change anything. It's just pulling the gut out and then retrofit the engine with our EDS system.
how many boats? These are the things I've been thinking about. To be able to talk to someone who's, hey, we already done it, it's quite extraordinary. So, how
Yeah.
many boats have you done? Because boats, exactly as you said, just put a battery, outboard motor, you start immediately, right?
Yeah. So the Shanghai port, yeah, we have pilot projects there already, and we want to bring that into Vancouver ports because the government just announced quite a bit of funding to make sure that we can move forward with this carbon zero initiatives moving forward. So want to get into the Vancouver port. There are more exciting projects on the horizon as well. And we try to really have a strategic partnership
Mhm.
with the government sector, with the regulatory policy makers to make sure that if we can join other clean tech companies together and we can collab together, then it will have so much more impact for the city to move forward. Instead of all talk is cheap, let's just action. Let's just do it. Let's showcase what the capabilities each of us can do. I might not have this part pay, but we can use local partners and local suppliers. And with all the terrors that's happening, why not localize all your suppliers and be self-sustained and provide what you need, contain your recycling materials and rebuild and having a pack factory together. And we will pull local suppliers, not just the battery itself, but you can do packaging the system, modular, just like the power wall to provide to not just residential, but commercials, buildings as well.
Yeah, I'm just thinking loud here. One of the companies here in the Philippines,
Mhm.
they're responsible for managing ports and others, a lot of cranes, a lot of equipment. So I was thinking one option is, of course, you do an electrification project whereby you said, okay, let's buy everything electric. They possibly spend $3-4 million a year just fuel alone. Economics will be very easy. Now you giving me an idea that maybe even better to say no need to buy. Maybe you can just convert because it's a crane.
Yes.
There's not much. It's just another motor. And if you have a
That can
battery
be,
back, like a big bang, and crane don't operate 24/7. It just need the big torque to pick it up and drop, and that's it.
yes,
It goes to sleep.
we have done that already. So those are the heavy duty vehicles, and we've done that already. But you have to realize that each of the solutioning, it depends on the model and the brand
Yes.
because each of the size and the chassis size is different. So it only makes sense when it is a fleet. meaning that 10 or more, it's doable, then it makes sense. But if it's only one or two, it'll be difficult to
Yeah.
justify the project cost. Yeah.
And then by doing all of these, of course, you are contributing to Canada's energy transition in a big way, no?
Yes, and the innovation, any customization, you can create IP. Any customization is something that is new, is worth patenting and IP and it retain within Canada. This is something that we innovate and technology, patent and IP stays within Canada because it's self-made. So why not?
Absolutely. Why not? Now, Daisy, someone listening in, young person, entrepreneur who wants to be Daisy, what you tell that person, how did you get into this field? Obviously, you know a lot about this field. What's academic background and what experience?
It's really about collaborations, to be honest, and to be open-minded, making sure that first you got to give in order to take. So from this field, it's a lot of trust to move forward. For myself, it's about connection. It's about connections to create a win-win situations. Like you have something that you need to resolve, and we have a solution for you. And then the end result is the best outcome, not just for the city, but for the community, and also creating that culture of partnership instead of it's not just a supply chain or client supplier managed like model anymore. It's more about creating a strategic partnership. And from my point of view, it's more talking to people like yourself, connecting with different people, and you say, oh, I can connect you with this. Oh, 10 years ago, I was doing this. About just connecting with people, and there is some creative juice coming out from this. And that's when we talk about, oh, we can do this. This is the market. I'm going to give you a quick explanation. Bubble tea is very in culture. Bubble tea is super famous. Where did it come from? I think it's originated in Taiwan from bubble tea. And then it just sweep across the world, and we're 3 years behind. And now we have every flavor here. But
Mhm.
if we knew 3 years ago, I would open all the bubble tea chain. And now, so here we are. The same thing as technology is China. I mean, China is leading the EV market. That China has government, mining sector, it has all the raw material. They are right behind it and supporting that initiatives all together with proper regulations, with proper standardization and policy. Everybody goes at it. Over here, that's where we're lacking behind. We want to bring that technology over to the North American market where everybody can have a win-win situation and everybody can strive with the expertise in the technology from Asia Pacific.
Yes, in Canada,
Mm.
temperature is cold relative to anywhere else, right? Maybe Mongolia can come and compete with you, Mongolia and Astana. How does these machineries performing in this cold, harsh, cold winter time?
A good question, actually. It's an excellent question. That's why we come with the microgrid in the BESS system, for example. I'll give you a quick example, is that the temperature range from a very high temperature to a very low temperature. Probably in National Geographic documentary, you can see, oh, Canada's super cold. It's polar bear everywhere. And it's like ice cubes and kind of penguins. No, it's not like that. Really, we're in Vancouver. Today is 16 degrees Celsius here in Vancouver. And a lot of the major city like Toronto, Calgary, we're all 16 to 20 degrees today. So it is naturally not that cold. However, we do have mountainside, for example, I talked about microgrid. Microgrid is in rural area, maybe high mountains, and we actually visited a pilot site, and that is in Yoho National Park,
Mhm.
just at the border between BC and Alberta. The temperature range is very extreme. So what we need to do is we have to think about the entire integrated system, meaning the angle of the solar panel have to follow the sun of which direction and angle to maximize the power. When we ship the BESS, make sure that the BESS is already fully powered, already is charged up, and all you have to do is using solar to actually recharge the BESS. And inside it has a microcontroller inside and an inverter, also has a cloud monitoring system. Well, and it has three things. It has probably vibration, earthquake control. It has heating temperature coolant to make sure it doesn't overheat. It also has fire extinguisher system. It has a blackout downtime. For example, if it gets overheat, what is the coolant going to do? It has a continuous monitor of temperature. It regulates itself in this kind of container inside. It has a lot of room to make sure it's circulated. It has its own fan system inside to make sure that all the temperature is being regulated. And it has to meet certain criteria of away from the residential area, how far away in case of any malfunction. However, for the safety at most important, and we also consider about downtime as well. There's only 30-second downtime. If any power system goes off, it takes time for even a computer, it takes time to reboot, right? So our system, it's got a very fast turnaround time to reboot itself. And we always have a cloud-based system to monitor the temperature and the safety. So that's how to answer the question about the extreme weather. We thought about that as well as the insulation within the container, as well as the coolant inside.
Excellent. Oh, I should have met you yesterday, this discussion, because I had coffee with a very senior official from Mongolia. And I was telling her, I was in Mongolia last month. They have about 400,000 of Toyota Prius. The second Prius from Japan, it comes to Mongolia. I did actually a video. Every third car is a Prius. And then I looked up, I said, are they plug-in hybrid? They are not. They are pure hybrid. That means they're getting gasoline is actually running. I was telling that one project could be if there was a company in the world who could convert all of them to pure electric, get it up. I'm sure your team can do it, no?
Yes, we can.
There's 400,000 of those.
Not only getting it out, but every single time you get something out, we think about the entire solution, not just the EDS, but also the charging. So we provide the chargers as well. And a lot of times that it depends on how often the car is being used. Is it just from A to B to get you to work? And during that time, what's the energy usage? Should we pull it back? Can it be a pull and push system and repurpose to use something else? Or while you're parking there, the carport or whatever you're parking at, it's a solar panel roof already is giving power. So you can charge the EV charger as well. So it has to be a whole grid system to make sure. So not only that we can retrofit the EDS, but also we thought about the charging
I think in the case for Mongolia, because in a rural area, Mongolia hardly has anybody, I think 1% per square kilometer average. If you get out of UB, you may be driving, you haven't seen anybody for some time. So in those situations, there's plenty of sun around. But the issue is if this hybrid car has to go back somewhere to get diesel or gasoline to run its electric car, it's not an electric, it is not an electric, full stop. So how to convert them? Of course, the other people will say change the policy and then the new car will come in. But you already have 400,000 cars.
It's definitely a great project with the quantity they have. And if they want to convert, hey, come to Foreseen Energy. Why not?
Yeah, and I will come back to you. I think we can work on this and develop a project proposal. Because if you do a scale like that, you can really make an impact.
Totally. Yeah. Yeah. We're here to make an impact. Let's move forward. Let's look at the spec and let's do a solutioning together.
Because what I was intrigued to, Mongolia gets cold, minus 35. So they were saying that diesel cars freezes, electric cars don't, because the batteries have some protection, right? Because it's no liquid. So somehow all Mongolians are very happy with their Prius they've been driving for the last 10 years.
Have you been to that country?
Yeah, I was there last month. I used to go there quite often. So last month I went there.
Wow. Yeah, I have not been. Would love to visit. And we have a project there. Let's go and visit and make a trip out of it.
Yes. It's a very nice country and lots of sun. Plenty of sun.
We've seen it in movies. Yeah.
Now, what else are you working on other than this? What's the vision where you want to go in 3, 4, 5 years?
The vision is to, because of our foundation of our engineering solutioning, we feel like the sky's the limit. Talking about sky, it's about next is flying cars. So where are we at flying cars? That's where the next vision is. So once we prove ourselves to make sure we can do big projects, small projects, customizable, with less lead time and with more reasonable cost, just because we already built so many good partnership and supply chain partners together. And the volume that we're doing is huge. Next thing is that you just have the industry leaders to talk about self-driving flying cars. It's pretty much is the system that everybody is thinking about, the cloud road system, kind of all together understanding the space and mapping out the grid to have more combined with AI. Already there's full self-driving car already, automation, right? What is next is the flying cars. But obviously, if we want to do it one step at a time, and we can do multiple projects at once, and we just needed some partnerships and connections to move us forward in the North American market. Not
You
just
said
North American market, we can go anywhere pretty much. And it's just that our base is in North America right now, just because there's an opportunity.
and Mars is not on the list yet, no?
Shut up.
Or you leave it to
Exactly.
Mr. Musk.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe the moon.
Moon is actually closer, yes.
Yeah.
With your autonomous cars, are you just putting an autonomous function when you are retrofitting the existing cars? You mentioned, right, that you have a self-drive and others. So this
Mm-hmm.
is also a part of the retrofit, right? That you are making
Yes.
it autonomous.
Yes, it is.
And when it is autonomous, meaning is it completely autonomous or it's remote controlled?
Completely. Yeah, completely. You're right. There is a video, and if you search our LinkedIn and also our website, I would love to share this. It's just so cool. When I first saw this video, oh my gosh, it's an entire heat map of mapping out the entire mining site,
Mhm.
and the cars just follow the route, and also understanding there's a car coming, so you have to wait at this waiting area because the car now is communicating with each other.
Yep.
There are signaling together in the front of the car and saying that I'm coming. Wait, okay, I'll wait. You pass. Now I go the other side. Precision parking. When there's a difficult kind of road or site, there are override. You can manually override. It's like a
Mhm.
rig in the office and
Yep.
say, okay, right now, because of changes in the grid, or there are some special operations, I need to veer off from this kind of road map of the road. I need to override this right now. And that's when the operator jumps on to this rig in the office and override the system and control the car
Yeah, I mean, that you would do with
for
even,
safety function.
yeah,
Yes.
when I was driving a Tesla last week at Sydney, and then sometimes it does things you're not that comfortable. I said, okay, I
Yeah.
take over.
Yeah, you take over. Yeah, exactly it. So I have a videos to actually show that's what's happening at the mining site and how it's parking. I'm just so intrigued. Every single time I talk to people, it's like, can I send you this video? You should watch this video.
And please send me
It's
the
really
video
cool.
too.
Yes. When I first saw it, I was like, wow. Yeah, my colleagues, my boss, and all the engineers, that's just the tip of the iceberg. You haven't seen the worst yet. So I'm like, oh, okay. I can't wait for other solutions and what we can showcase and what we can do.
Extraordinary. So you are in North America. So Asia, you are in Shanghai, of course. Which other part of Asia you have on your horizon?
Oh, Shanghai is a big part because this industrial the entire industrial park. It's already used all engineering solutions, not just the charging station, but the carport and the recycled EV battery into the BESS system, solar panel, charging carport, as well as there's one really cool thing in the industrial park in Shanghai that your car just drive in there, and this little robot at the bottom comes in and take out that battery, and then this
Mhm.
little robot goes back in and push that battery in, and then this car drive out like faster than you filling up gas. So it's really cool. And the way that they design it is in rectangle, square boxes, so it's easy to ship. So
Mhm.
anywhere in the world. So yeah, something when I saw it, it's just wow, it's so advanced. We haven't seen anything like this in North America. Big trucks is already being retrofitted. big, huge transport trucks that we're talking about. You were talking a little bit earlier about the crane truck as
Mhm.
well. So we've done that. We've done that in extreme weather, which is the mining site as well. So you can see some of the pictures on that presentation that still got snow on the ground. We had a cross session of to show you what is the part list of generalization part that we took out and we get it out, and then what parts that we actually retrofitted back in. So it's like the bill of material we kind of showcase to side by side. So it's just great. The technology now that is being advanced, and the world is your oyster.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, you are talking about saying cars, next is flying car, but I'm sure a part of your strategy, AI and robotics must have a huge role, no?
Yeah, but that's why there's a cloud monitoring system. And obviously, using AI will do your calculations of balancing the load, making sure that everything within the tolerance level to make sure it's being monitored. And it'll let you know when there's alert happening for safety reasons. There's some part of the algorithm and making sure that it's machine learning as well. And the data that comes from like mapping out the mining site and all that stuff. So it's important to jump on the bandwagon, but still, with machine learning is one thing, with AI is one thing, but capability is in the engineering solutioning side. So that's what we're good at. Yeah. Maybe we can partner with an AI local company. Hey, you do better of that. You are the expert. Come in and let's do a pilot project together. Why not? That's why it's always good when you're in the clean tech sector. People are open-minded for collaborations, pilot projects to move forward, and just to create a win-win situation, really, and to move innovation forward.
So, how important also in your company philosophy, the women empowerment and gender issues? Because you said you're 100% women-led organization.
Yeah, it is. Is it our time to shine? Yeah, we're meticulous, we're organized. It's all about inclusion. It's not just like we're focusing on women. It's not that. It's really understanding that there's always a place for leadership as well. And not only that, but there's a vision. So woman leadership also has a vision that some of the details may be missed, and maybe our leadership team, that's when we say, okay, this is something that we really want to look into it. And also the soft skill as well. Not only the hard data engineering skill, but the culture. We're like a family, pretty much, is kind of, it's like a silent culture of saying that I have a deadline tomorrow. You don't really need to tell each other to say, I'm working overtime. I'm working late to actually submit this bid. It's such a big bid. The deadline is 12 midnight. Everybody's all hands on deck. It's the culture, really. And it's the soft skill, the caring CEO, like buying everybody dinner, kind of making sure that you're well fed. You need to call your kids, bring them over. We have a movie night or something when we're actually working together. Pretty much helping each other out and understanding is this is really complicated. Do we really need to go over the solutioning, or can we submit a proposal that is this is what we know and this is the high level, and then in the detail is the next round of submission. So something's got to compromise when you have a deadline to make sure that you get the bid in. So it's like more family oriented culture, and that's where the woman led culture is because it's very family oriented. Yeah. We talk about
Okay,
each
you are
other's kids'
saying you are
grades.
men-led. It cannot be, but anyway, let's not
No,
get
we,
there.
no, I'm not saying that's why we have most of our engineers. I think it's because, I don't know, it's because of the brilliant minds of how they know each of the components and each of the technology. It's just that we're just lucky to have a female-led CEO. That's all.
Yeah,
And that's
sure.
why I said it's about inclusion. It's about everybody
That's very
contributing.
important.
It's
The
about
world is
creating
headed.
that warmth within our culture. And that's
Yes,
why I love building something together. Even at nighttime, I'm still talking to you.
almost 10 p.m. Yes.
That's right. Yeah. So definitely for collaborations, and we love to travel, to fly to other places, to meet people, to have that opportunity to create the next kind of big project, really. to see how we can move forward and using existing car retrofitting. We've already done it. So why not do different projects together and move forward with the innovation?
Wonderful. Yep, quite intrigued how fast it went. You are an amazing person. Is there anything else I could have asked or you want to share?
I think for your channels, I've seen some of your YouTube videos and podcasts, and you've been traveling quite a bit. When do you have time to actually sit down and compile all your notes and get speakers on? You're just full of energy. And
Yeah, I applied
well,
90-10 rule, 10% time you can get 90.
90, 10, not
Rest
28.
10%. He said, okay, you don't have to be perfect. It's
Yeah,
the imperfection that makes us different. So if it's
that's right.
100%
Makes us
perfect, then of
human.
course robots can do it.
There you go. Yeah, that's right. Yes. It was lovely chatting with you. Thank you so much for this opportunity to chat about our company's capability, our vision. Pretty much is our passion to actually work on this. So that's why we're so passionate. When you have the passion, you don't really need a driving force because everybody is so engaged moving forward. And it's kind of with our engineers, we're all doers. Let's not talk, let's just do, kind of that's the mentality.
Yeah, the passion at the end of the day, that's what takes us forward. You have the technology around you. Always we had the technology, but who made the difference? Somebody thought about it, got passionate about it, energized the team and moved forward.
Yeah. Who would have known? Like with the project management background, operations background, and just general technology background. And then now I'm moving towards clean tech. So I'm learning so many new things, meeting so many different people, especially those clean tech conferences that I've attended with Innovate BC. It's just how so many different initiatives come together and they say, oh, you're doing this. I'm just going to connect you with the mining site. They really want to do this retrofit. They have a project. I'm going to connect you. Kind of, this is just so much synergy happening.
Tell
Yeah.
me one thing. At 10 p.m. on a weeknight, where do you get all this energy?
Because it's passion. We want to talk about it. We want to showcase this. And sometimes 10 p.m. after a full day of work.
Yes, that's what I'm saying on a weeknight.
Yeah, because you know what? I don't know. I just love meeting people and connecting with people. And that's why strategic partnership works for me. To really partner up with someone to share knowledge, share insights, even sharing industry insights about creating a little group. We do workshops together. Again, you first got to give in order to take. So why not give some knowledge and provide some insights to move forward together? And that's where it comes from. I think that's the driving force is from within.
Thank you so much for your time. If you're passing through Australia or anywhere Asia, let me know. I want to meet you face to face over a coffee. The energy that you bring.
Sounds good. I'd love to. Yeah, I'll take you up on that offer.
Yes, please let me know. Thank you.
Thank you so
We
much.
hope you enjoyed this episode of Energypreneurs. To continue listening to this conversation, please visit us at Energypreneurs. Thank you. See you next time.